dedicato la mia vita ai momenti più felici, ad inseguire un sogno, il mio sogno. Quante volte mi hai deluso, non importa, io ci credo e vivo il mio sogno. Bari, grande amore, Bari, unica e sola, Bari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo.
All right, welcome everyone to a brand new edition of the Staten Island Soccer Report, coming to you live tonight from the studios of CTV. Alongside me tonight, we got Ernest and George. Welcome, gentlemen. A brand new show.
Thank you, John.
It's going to be a tough act to follow from last month's show. I've been thinking about that all day today. How do we follow up on that? But I think we'll do a good job on that.
Small little bites.
Yeah, that's all. So, I mean, we're in July, summer. Not really much going on really with the youth side. I know we had a tournament this past weekend. Maybe you guys, Ernest, could, fill us in on how that went.
It went great. It was wonderful to have all the kids. We had Saturday we had the girls, the girls side. It was rec teams, some travel teams, and then we had on Sunday we had boys, boys playing.
Okay.
Also rec and travel. It was just smooth and everybody had a great time. I'm still getting emails back from all the other clubs saying, hey, thank you so much for organizing this event. We can't wait to come back.
Ernest, what was the idea of having a beach soccer tournament? What behind the scenes, like what were you guys thinking? What was the purpose of it?
Well, I mean, again, nothing's going on in the summertime, right? So we figured beach would be the ideal place to bring the kids that are in town together, and obviously invite out clubs from outside Staten Island and just have something different. It's a different experience, different environment, and it's fun. I believe just to play on the beach, it would be it's fun. So so that was the objective of the tournament, is just to bring clubs together and kids together.
Bring some clubs together, keep the touches going. Very important, right? In the summertime.
Yeah, absolutely.
And so let's start with Saturday. Girls, what kind of age brackets did you have?
I believe it was from U9 to U14. So
Nice.
they had the U9, U10 bracket, then U11, U12, and so on. So yeah, it was an all-day thing. It was well organized, obviously from Parks, giving us.
Let's who organized this? Let's mention, if you have some names, you could throw them out there.
I mean, it was the committee of the tournament was Richie Nellis, myself, and Anthony Moriello.
Nice.
So we are the ones that basically putting things together, scheduling, trying to get out there and get this thing promoted. Parks was involved with providing us with the field structure, and also Ocean Breeze was a big part of it. It was they also sponsored this event.
Nice.
So it was just like I said, it was awesome. I had a great time, being there, helping out, and just enjoyed. That's it. That was.
All right. So you had like a group stage type of, or how did it?
So we had about on the girls' side it was less teams than on the boys' side. So we had about, I believe, 4 fields. And it was stage groups when the teams playing 3 to 4 games in their groups, and then they have a playoff, and semifinal and the final. So the bottom line, the kids played a lot of games.
I mean that's the key.
That's it. Yeah,
that's
we
the
gave them a
whole
lot
thing.
of games. And
the kids played. No one sat down and watched, right? That's the whole key.
I don't think it was possible to sit down and watch because the kids realized 2 or 3 minute shift, and their hands go up. Switch me. It's not it's not playing on parquet floor or futsal or anything like that.
So. Let's go on to the boys' side. I mean, did you have any competitive games? Were there any games where you like?
They were all competitive. They were all competitive.
Okay.
But it was a friendly competition. I'll be honest with you. I was walking around the pitch, the fields, and I'm asking and I'm looking.
The beach in this case.
Yeah. And I see parents, just relaxing, enjoying themselves. Coaches are not shouting as much as you see on the full size, fields. And it was just a pure enjoyment, and kids enjoyed it. Like I said, it was just a different experience. and it was a more friendly environment there.
Okay.
And I got a very positive vibe from everybody.
All right, so what happened after the games? Did you guys go into the water, and was it like...
You know, I encouraged the kids. I say, listen, after the game, you guys are all, you know, all hyped up, all warm, all hot, because it was pretty hot days. And they went on the beach, they swim, and then they came back, and, you know, I think everybody was having a good time.
All right, so that's a one-weekend tournament, kind of, right? That's it, right? Just now, what happens the rest of the way? Anything going on? What's your travel? I know you have a travel and a rec program.
Yeah, well, we have a camp now going on. We have a guest, I guess, coaches came from Netherlands. Right. They are with the Total Soccer Method, and they have actually a soccer school here, Master of the Ball in Jersey. Okay. And so we partner up with them, and we're running this Dutch week camp out of Greenbelt.
And that's going on right now.
It's going on right now. Today was the first day. We had about 28 kids came from all over the clubs, from Cedar Stars, from Silver Lake. We had some kids from Jersey, some kids from Brooklyn came. So SB for you kids in there. So
from what I understand, you just came from there, right? You just made it onto the show. Thank you for doing that. No, that's great.
Not a problem. So yeah, it was good just to see, you know, all kinds of ages. It was from 9 to 14, and this particular camp we really targeted the kids that are advanced kids, more from select teams or travel clubs, because we also have a rec camp out of JCC, so that's for more like a rec players type or beginners. So and both of them are, you know, doing excellent, and you know, we're providing the, you know, quality stuff there with the top of the notch facilities. You know, you can ask for more from Jay. You know, they have a pool in there, indoor, you know, AC and stuff like that. But it's overall, it's just, you know, I'm enjoying what I'm doing.
Let me ask you, you know what, let's get to George. George, anything going on with your Dolphins?
Well, no, just we did the tournament on Saturday morning.
Right, you did the beach tournament.
We did the beach thing. About half the team was able to make it, which was good. But after this, pretty much everybody went their separate ways. Some girls are playing in some select tournaments with DTS. Others are doing some other training or playing with some old clubs before they come over to us. So there are, I would say, about half the team is doing something on their own. We haven't, because we just couldn't organize everybody at the same time. And some of them are in camp, some are away. So it's all right. It's good to get them mentally clear from soccer for a few weeks. And then towards the end of August, we'll probably come back around again.
Sounds good. Ernest, I got a question for you. What are you looking for, you know, with this week? What are you looking to, we might have a caller on the line. We'll get back to that after the call. Yes, you're on the Staten Soccer Report. Is that Vincenzo? I think we got Vincenzo on the line. All right, we'll continue.
Hello?
Yes, Vincenzo, you there? There's a few second delay, so. All right, we'll continue on here. What are you looking for out of this week?
So this week is a Dutch week, right? And we know Dutch players are they technically.
Hello.
Yes, Vincenzo.
Hi, Vincenzo.
Nothing.
Yeah, we hear you, Vincenzo. Do you hear us?
Maybe a 5-second delay like we had the other time.
All right, maybe he might have to call back. He's not hearing us, so we'll continue.
Well, he might be seeing through the TV. I don't know if he's in.
Is it like a 7-second delay? Yeah. But so what are you looking?
Again, this week is all about Dutch styles, you know.
Hello.
Yes, Vincenzo.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you. How are you, Vincenzo?
Okay, Johnny. It's like we are from 200,000 miles away.
Yeah, it's been a long time, Vincenzo, that we heard from you.
So you could hear me?
Yes, we could hear you. Go ahead.
Okay, Johnny. So welcome back. How was the summer so far?
So far, so good, Vincenzo. It looks like some professional teams are starting to heat up again.
Beautiful. I know that the Italian Serie A, they're getting ready for next season, which is going to be, I believe, one of the better ones, because you have brand new teams that never play in Serie A, like Benevento.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Yes.
Benevento is a city in Campania.
Yes, I believe they won the playoff.
Yeah,
Yes.
the last game of the season. So Benevento, Serie A. John, you know, Bari is not far away from Benevento.
Not far away, but you know what? Speaking of Bari, we got a new coach, Grosso, and some new players he's injected in already. I think yesterday or Saturday, Bari won 10-0. I'm not going to mention the other team. It might have been a U9 team. Who knows? But anyway, they won. You know, we'll see what happens with Bari because every year we have new hopes and new dreams.
The preseason games.
Yeah.
They usually start with a weak opponent, and then each week they move up to the next grade or to the next level until they're ready to start the season.
I think they're just preparing right now for Coppa Italia. That's going to happen in a couple of weeks.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens with Bari. It remains to be seen. Let's. What's going on with Serie A? Any news?
Well, you know, Johnny Bonucci, I thought last year he was one of the better defender play in the Juventus club. And I know at the end of the season, but nothing really, was just a minor misunderstanding between the coach and a few players of Juventus. But I used to call them BBC.
BBC, yeah.
Bonucci, Barzagli, Chiellini.
Vincenzo, it could not have been minor because he's with Milan now. It must have been major.
Well, remember, John, I play today, they follow the money.
Right.
If Bonucci would have a chance to come play in New York City for the money, guess what? He will be here.
Yeah. He's a great player. I love the way he plays the game.
Defender. So, you know, he's one, like I said before, he's one of the better defenders from last year Italian tournament. He was also on the national team as well.
Yeah, right.
You know, I like Bonucci because he has experience and he's still a young man.
And AC Milan is already a better team with him in the lineup.
Who's coaching AC?
Like I said, John, before, today is not loyalty to the team.
Right. Of course, yeah.
If you give you the money, that's where you're going.
Vincenzo,
Before you play for your heart, your loyalty, you stay with the same team forever.
Right, just like Buffon.
Or Totti.
Now,
Totti, 25 years.
It comes every 100 years.
Vincenzo, who's the coach of Milan, AC Milan?
Let's see if I know they changed.
They've changed coaches too, like they've changed players. Oh. Okay. Anyway, Vincenzo. So what do you? Let's. It's very early. Juventus. You give them a chance again?
Well, Juventus kept the same core of players, same coach. You know, maybe one or two guys here and there. I would say if I had a dollar, I would have put on a Juventus to win. Yeah. If I had a dollar, but I don't have. I got zero. So I would never bet anyway.
You know what?
The idea that the team has been together, most of the core of the team, they have a better chance of winning again.
I was speaking to one Juventus fan, a fanatic fan, yesterday, and he doesn't care about Serie A or Coppa Italia or the Champions League is all he really wants. That's all. I think that's all they really want in Juventus. They want to win the Champions League.
Serie A, right?
No, it's not Serie A. They want to win.
Because they lost against.
They lost two of them in the last 4 years, right? Yeah. They lost two, right? So I think that's what's on their minds in Juventus and Torino there.
Johnny, we thought Juventus, they had a great defense against Real Madrid, and look what happened.
Yep. Well, you know what? Offense sometimes, you got to play a real sharp, sound game. I mean, you have to be not everything went right for them in the first half. The first half was the half where they lost the game. So,
well,
it's the way it goes.
Like I said, this is a lesson. Maybe everybody, all the big clubs in Europe, their mind is on the Champions championship.
It's the Champions League, right? The Champions League final, right?
And that's Real Madrid, Barcelona, you name them. They wanna, especially the English team that has been away from semi-finals in a couple of years.
Okay.
I think they're getting ready. They got a lot of activity going on in the English league.
All right, so Vincenzo, let's focus a little bit on the youth side. What's going on in Brooklyn? Can you give us any news?
Well, John, June 25th. It's
June?
like a month now.
June?
We did the barbecue.
Oh, okay. Right, he's wrapping
John,
up.
I think somebody's passing by here.
What are you, outside?
We had the June 25th. It was a great barbecue where all the participants, the kids, the parents,
Nice,
they came. And after the game, they had hot dogs, hamburger, water, some drinks.
Okay.
It was great. Nice. Thank you for participating after really a long season, because we do start in September and
Right.
we finish in June.
Right.
So it's a tedious long season, and at the end, Johnny, here we're coaching that winning is not everything. Did you have a good time? Yes. Did you learn something? Yes. Then you are a winner.
Right.
The other one is just to keep score, just to because that's the normal thing to do. But for me, is the kid they learn,
Development.
and they did have fun. If you did that, I'm the happiest coach.
Listen, Vincenzo, we got to bring you out to Staten Island, I think,
Well, Johnny, I don't have a car. If anybody will make an arrangement, give me a buzz. And for soccer kids, I'm available all the time.
We're going to send you the Staten Island Soccer Report limousine to come pick you up.
Well, like I said, give me at least half-hour notice, and they're coming.
No
Don't
problem.
go out.
Half-hour notice. Look at that.
That's quick.
That's great. That's unbelievable. And he's serious about that. All right, Vincenzo, we're going to, anything else you want to add?
Well, the only thing I want to say that if anybody in soccer says, "Oh, I'm going to become the next best player," time will tell.
Right.
Now, in all the leagues, especially the youth clubs, have fun, learn the game, do good in school, and then if it's meant to be that you're going to become the next Messi, it will be there.
Right.
But first, one thing at a time, one step at a time.
Yeah. Oh.
Before you walk, you have to crawl. Don't skip the crawl part.
It's a lot of training. A lot of training. All right, Vincenzo, thank you once again.
Okay.
We'll speak to you soon. Any jokes before you go?
I'm trying to. This guy goes to a restaurant, and he's kissing his girlfriend's hands.
Okay.
So the next table, they say, "You're really in love." They say, "Love? What love? The waiter forgot to give me the napkins."
Good job, Vincenzo.
Okay, Johnny.
All right, Vincenzo, we'll talk.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you.
Take care, Vincenzo.
Bye-bye.
Yeah, nice. All right, yeah, he's good with the jokes too. I tell you, I wish we had him on the island helping out the the young ones. He likes to work with the maybe U5s and like that.
wow.
Like he likes the little ones. Yeah. So all
That's
right.
a lot of patience. in
Yeah,
the
yeah, he's got a lot of it. He's been doing it forever too. So
great.
all right. Let's get back to that question. This week, what are you looking at? Like what's the objective
So
there?
again, we call it a Dutch week, and we emphasize a lot on 1v1 moves.
Okay.
Dribbling, a lot of technique and skill emphasized,
Right.
and it's all game oriented. All right, so we don't want to just do drills,
Right.
and we don't even want to call it drills.
Right.
It's an activity or exercise.
Okay.
So because we're dealing with kids, we're not dealing with
Yep,
animals.
right, yep, exactly.
So we make it fun for
Make
them,
it fun,
and the bottom line here is the kids learning
Right.
in a fun environment, and they're progressing.
Okay.
I know it's not easy. It's a hot day,
Yeah.
but we try to do our best to to give them breaks and put them whether it's indoors or in a shade. But other than that, I mean, Greenbelt provides us with a field, and it's just, it's a turf field, no issues. It's private, secluded, so it's good. It's no complaints.
All right.
No complaints at all.
Georgie, let's turn over to you. What are you looking? Let's go ahead to the season coming up, right? What's any goals you guys set for that? I know you guys are together, so.
Well, we turned over a bunch of players this year, so we have I want to say about 5 new players coming on, but
nice. Okay.
but they are experienced players, so which is good. Even the couple of rec players that are coming on board, we have a lot to work with there. They're not starting from zero. They came to the beach tournament and they did very well. They excelled actually, and it was nice to see them, the new girls, gelling with some of the existing girls. And 14 is pretty much the maximum in our age group. We're going to be playing U11 again in Northern Counties, most likely in Flight D.
So you're carrying 14 players.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep, that's the maximum you could dress.
Really?
In that age group, yeah.
I kind of let's touch on that a little bit. I mean, they're allowing you to dress only 14. If you have 16 players, what do you do with those two every week?
It's a juggling situation with
tough.
with parents. And also with the kids, I just have to explain to them, hey, this is the rules, so we need to abide them. Now, again, if a kid comes in, we're not going to turn them down. They're still going to train with us, but we need to make adjustments as coaches. Say, hey, listen, now we have 15 kids, and now we have to make sure that now they are training, they are competing. There's no set, positions or starting positions.
Right.
We don't have no superstars. These girls are, they beginners, and we just want to make it a team and provide a proper, environment for them to.
I'm going to go back to what Ludovico said on the last show. It's a pay to play. So you're going to have 2 players, assuming you're 16 and you're dressing 14. You have 16 on the roster. You can only dress 14. Those 2 players, again, it's pay to play. It's kind of a tough place to be in.
It's tough.
It's a tough spot.
But what we experienced this year, we had much less than that, and at that age, first of all, the parents may not be as committed or haven't decided for themselves that this is something they really want to commit to. So other priorities sometimes take precedent, which we don't want them to. We all tell them that this is the precedent, but things happen anyway. Kids also tend to get ill, especially in the winter months. So I don't know that we had 1 game out of the 10 that we played in the spring that we had the full roster.
Right. Okay.
So maybe 1 game. Maybe I wouldn't even count that. So even with 16, I mean, we didn't want to make 16. Obviously, thankfully we don't have to have that issue.
Okay.
But I was looking forward to the fact that perhaps there would be 1 that was going to be out anyway. Right. If we had to make that tough decision, it would have to be. I didn't even want to think about it until we had to begin with it.
I guess the best way to go about that would have to be you alternate players.
Yeah.
Someone's got to take a break every week.
Well, what happened was
or 2 people, whatever it is.
We came close to having that potential to have 15 actually. So the girls that were last in, they were already. I was already starting to kind of prepare them. Right. Listen, you guys were the last ones in. There's a good chance that if we do go full 15, that your daughter might, no matter how good she is or not, they might need to be the odd man out. That
take a rest when we get
right. Yeah. But I mean, I don't want to do that.
Right.
But
so the cap, the 14 is the cap, so that you don't go over that anyway. You don't. Right. I mean, what do you do?
Well, I guess we start recruiting. After we know that we have we have a full roster. There's no need to recruit.
Right.
Obviously, there's once in the blue players come in and they want to play travel, they'll train with us,
okay.
But we just have to tell them, hey, we have a full roster, and we would need to sort of juggle.
At this point, at this point for this season, we're set, obviously. So like Erna said, if there is somebody who wants to play with us, and at this point, it's just going to be on a training basis.
So not to put you on the spot or anything, but okay, say you have your 14, and by some chance, two girls want to come to your club and sign up, but you don't have a spot for them.
No.
Would you refer them to another club?
That's a good question.
Right? Did you refer them to another club, or just like I know you mentioned you'll have them train with you, but they want to play games also?
Well, I'll tell them. Listen, this is our program, and if you guys would be, I guess, if you're okay with what we could offer you, then obviously you stay. But if not, then you could train. Listen, in my SB4U situation, we had, and now can I jump into clubs to clubs?
Of course.
In SB4U, we have kids that come in from rec. and we have a full roster. And I say, guys, you won't be able to play. Or at the end of the season, so I say, you stay with the rec club, you play with them, and you could train with us. You know what I mean? You still have a game,
Right.
you know, on the weekend, but you're just training with with the truck.
As I think it's as long as you're honest and upfront with parents at that stage, then I think you'll be fine. And if they happen to find another club, then we'll see you on the pitch. It's fine. It's all friendly. If they accept the fact that they train with us, then and they don't play the games with us this season. But next season, when we go to U11 and the roster now jumps to 9v9, well, the games jump to 9v9, then the roster opens up, and you've now trained with us all year. You're going to definitely have an inside track because we already know what we're dealing with.
Okay.
So.
All right. So nothing else going on with the Dolphins until
September.
When you guys start training? You have a time, a date?
Probably late August, early September.
Yeah, it's going to be rough getting the kids started again, right? Don't you feel like right?
Vacations
after a long layoff.
Kids and parents as well.
Right?
I mean, I know in SB4U side, we have last 2 weeks in August is a preseason camp.
Right.
So it's mandatory for all the kids to come in. And we'll tell them, obviously in advance, they know already, last 2 weeks of August, my kid is signing up here to get them ready.
But as coaches, you guys can start a training anytime?
Yeah, we could train with her. And like I was telling George, I had a training last weekend just to prep the girls for a beach tournament. And we did a little juggling and you know, just a little small-sided, and we did some beach training. And just to get them together, you know, and we are planning to do that. We are planning to do that throughout the summer.
All right, we got Brian Dora on the Facebook page, and he's saying that they never stopped. All right, so did you go to the beach to train?
Yeah, we went to the beach, and I kind of had like a 3-part session for them where we went to the beach, ran on the beach, had the girls experience the beach, and then we went to actually a hockey rink at the Wolf Pond Park, and there was a wall, so they were just kicking the ball against the wall. So I said, because I wanted to have them experience 3 types of pitches, obviously. Would be the sand, would be the flat, and the grass. And how they all adjust to, and they adjusted pretty well, you know, and I see, hey, you see how easy it is to play in the grass, then the hard surface and sand, so they just have a sense of understanding. Okay, you know what? It is different.
It's pretty good.
You know, so
Brian, and I think just so Brian's on the Facebook side. Brian, you belong on this side of the camera, but we'll catch you next time.
No, I was going to say, we're going to continue the weekend. I know that we had a lot of that first training. A lot of people were away, but there was more of a feedback. So there will be more girls getting together down the road on Saturdays or Sunday mornings. And
July and half of August is usually on the youth side, especially the rec. I know the rec is like completely.
No, rec is done.
There's nothing going on with that other than the beach tournament, but it's just hard to get them back going again. Like even like you said with the parents too.
Yeah.
You know, after coming off a summer break. All right. Anything else you guys want to add? Your clubs and.
We're really excited about this season. We have 14, like we said before. We have 14 girls. I think we have a very good team.
Right.
I don't like to make predictions because we can't control it.
You said you added some players with experience already.
Correct.
And that's your team finished in.
We finished in 3rd place.
Okay, so
7-3 in our first inaugural season.
So you're midway through the pack there. So
we brought on very experienced girls. We brought on another coach that's going to help out Ernest to train.
Yes,
top flight coach. So now we have 2 top flight coaches, and so the pressure can't. You know, Ernest needs to go and take care of his programs.
Yeah.
We're leaving them in good hands. And somebody who's on the inside and knows the girls and knows the team.
Pressure's on now. Now you guys got.
Now we have to.
Now you got to be on top of.
I'm not making predictions. We're all about development.
I put it on Brian, and he's probably there listening. But I put it on him for his cup games, and he got back to where he was a year ago, which is the semifinals. So, but you guys got to now. Listen, we're not for the team, but for you guys. Like you finished 3rd. Obviously, you want to do better this season, right? You want to try to get the girls better, right? For you, we're not going to put the pressure on the kids. We're going to put it on the coaches.
Brian's saying top. We also have top flight manager, George.
Right.
Okay. Okay, Brian. Thank you.
Again, you know, that's how I look at it. If we finish 3rd this season, all right, let's now shoot for something better than 3rd.
Well, we are going up a flight, and from looking, I don't know the teams really well, but the teams that moved up are moving up with us.
Well, Brian's got a couple of seasons. Wait, speaking of Brian, he's got a couple of seasons under his belt there, and I don't know if he's won anything yet. So the pressure's on Brian this season to get something done, because the first one to go is always the coach or the manager.
Well, that's why he probably didn't show up today, because he knew that he was going to hear
hot seat. He's on the hot seat. That's why. All right. Anyhow.
But yeah, so again, it's difficult to say we want to move up because we're not staying in the same flight. We're not playing the exact same competition.
Right.
The teams that moved up with us gave us a run for our money.
Right.
So it could be anywhere as long as we're going to again develop as players, as teammates. I think we started to see that towards the end more. I think really the last couple of weeks of the season, of the year, from September on.
That first game in Brooklyn, how did that game have any effect on your girls?
It was a first step. It was a first step.
Right.
And when they came back the next day and we had our indoor futsal, they were all talking about it. Oh, experience.
Right.
So they were. So that was.
So that kind of had some kind of an impact.
Yes.
Right. Good.
Yes.
I'm sure it is because look, they played little older girls.
Right. Older.
You know, there was a little physicality there.
Yeah.
But there was experience. You know, they went somewhere.
Yeah.
After all, they're a travel team.
Yeah.
Right. So they traveled to Brooklyn.
Right.
And we were invited to this, gymnasium,
Mm-hmm.
and it was fun. And the girls, they had a good experience.
I'll be honest with you. After that experience, I don't think playing against the boys in JCC or playing bigger competition,
They weren't.
they were never scared again.
No, that's
Good. I'm glad.
They played this in the beach. They played girls that were at least a year or two older than
they
them.
were playing up as well.
They were not. They didn't back down. They got. I mean, the bigger girls got the better of them. Weight pound for pound, but they didn't back away and they were not scared.
Okay. All right. So we're good. Anything else you want to add? Because I'm really dying to get into the professional side of things. And,
I would love to speak about professionals. On the youth side, we, it was a gentleman, Chris he's from 3v3 Kick It.
Okay.
So I know we were looking to bring the girls this coming up weekend, but I'll be out of town, so I won't be able to take them. But the 3v3 is a new big thing will be coming in Staten Island, and I would like to be part of it.
Sure.
So we're going to be hosting one next June at the JCC.
All right.
Yeah.
So as soon as you get the information, let us all know ahead of time, and we'll support it.
Yeah.
That's going to be indoor.
No, it's a 3v3
in June,
summer event. Yeah.
Nice.
They're running all these events in the summertime. It's great for the kids. It's also good with the budget because it's not expensive. And so this is going to be something different.
Yeah.
And it's fun. Yes.
Just one last thing about the beach tournament. I think having events like that, or the 3v3 or something similar to that, where we bring teams from. It's basically what we were talking about over the last few months, bringing different clubs together. Because you had Cedar Stars, you had Silver Lake, you had Travel. I mean, you had rec players, and it brought. And it's almost like a networking for the coaches and for the program directors. To get that camaraderie on Staten Island again, that we're not afraid of. Nobody's looking to poach anybody.
Exactly.
We're there just to have fun and play together, and we saw that.
Let's get some tournaments on the island. Like a Columbus Day tournament or something like that.
So
any
Anthony
feedback?
Moriello from Staten Island Soccer League and St. Thomas, I believe. He's the director of that school. He's actually a co-chair, I guess, on the committee of the president's tournament on the rec side. So I'm going to get involved with that as well, and we're looking to obviously to bring this event to life in the fall. Okay. I guess President's Day. That's when it's going to be.
Yeah.
And they did it, I believe, a couple of years ago. It was fun. It was successful too. But again, that caters only the rec clubs within Staten Island Soccer League. If something like that we could do with the travel, I'm all for it.
Yeah, it's a shame that we have to go elsewhere to play tournaments on those holidays, like Columbus Day, and
I mean, listen, we got the Hollow Fields. Why not? We got to use them, and we got to use them for this type of events.
Let's get some Jersey teams coming out here, Long Island teams coming out here.
Yeah, why not?
Why not?
Why can't we do that? I mean, it's up to you guys. I put it on you guys. The directors have to get together, and I have faith in you guys to get it done.
Give you an example from beach tournament, right? Teams came from Brooklyn, teams came from Queens.
Right.
They experienced positive. They'll spread the word.
So there you go. There you go. That's the starting point right there.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else you want to add? You want to give a phone number? Anything that anyone could register for?
If they want to register for either SB for UT camp or for the camp that we're running right now with the total soccer method, would be through soccerbestforyou.com, or the number could be reached at me is 347-612-6999. 0970.
Right. Okay. Very good. Yeah. Brian Dawes' take is we need to start an island travel league, a Staten Island travel league. All right. Stop travel kids from playing rec. Well, I think this rec is a starting point.
Right.
You know, for kids at something, right?
And how do you tell a kid they can't play with their friends too?
I think what they should do is like a city A, B, and just feed.
Flights, yeah.
Right. Do the flights and then feed players up.
But Brian is right. We should have a I guess pre-travel or travel league on the island as well, because we have the clubs.
Right.
We have all these travel clubs. We could have it. Why not?
The last show, I'm going back to that again. I think we saw something coming together a little bit, right? We saw some directors here, and we've seen it this past weekend with the beach soccer. That maybe something's starting to happen here on the island. So slowly, like Vincenzo said, we got to crawl before we walk.
Right.
So maybe it's starting to change. Hopefully, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so.
All right, so we're good with the youth side.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right, you guys been watching the Gold Cup?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
A little bit. A little bit.
my opinion again on that, it's just I think it's kind of poor soccer for national teams. I think. I mean, especially, the United States went into that tournament with some young players. I think to see where they are with those guys, right? That's what they actually won the group. From what I heard yesterday, I think it was a Saturday. They played Saturday. Well, and now they're bringing in all the big guys. Now they got Bradley coming in. They got Howard. So is that fair to the team that won the group? That now you're gonna have guys sitting. What's your take on that?
When you say fair, no, it's not fair. Right? The young boys, they play. They give their hearts out, and they deserve to play, right? But again, it comes from coach and what's his expectation and what I don't know what's going on through Bruce's mind, but hey, his job was to get him out there, right? And now,
his job is to get the team through, right?
Right.
He got them through with the young players. Now he's bringing in the big boys to try and win. I guess they want to win the whole tournament, which they need to. I think you're playing in your country. I think you should win it. Anytime you're playing at home, you should win the tournament.
So, but also we don't know what's going on behind the scenes. Maybe some of those young boys got banged up or whatever, or injuries. So that's why he needs to fill them in with the senior players. But also, when you bring in senior players, you want to kind of have this, I guess, leadership from the for senior players, and younger players look more comfortable. Okay, we have big name players.
Right.
We want to. They would feel more comfortable. In terms of fairness, no, it's not fair. I think that if the team played, I give you one example. Germany, right? Under 23 team in the Confederations Cup.
Yep.
It's going to be hard for that coach now to make decisions now.
Perfect example.
Who am I bringing? Am I bringing those big guys? These guys did well too. So.
Well, he's got good decisions to make, and tough ones, but they're good ones. Because he's got two teams almost, right? That he's got to come up with one.
Yeah.
Right.
But on that level, couldn't you look at it also from another side of the coin? For the young guys, it's those preliminary games is an opportunity for them to shine on an international stage or on a big stage, and now they got to make the best of it. And they probably realize that it's not fair to begin with.
I don't know.
But that gave them that opportunity.
If I was on the United States men's team and I just finished 3 games, and I'm going to get benched if I'm the keeper, and I'm going to get benched for Tim because Howard's back, and they want to play him on Wednesday because it's a semifinal. I'm not going to feel too great about it. Yeah, I'll probably take the high road and for the team and all that. But I'm not happy. I'm definitely not going to be happy because I want to play.
Yeah. So now you have a chip on your shoulder.
Listen, I got the team.
Now you have a chip on your shoulder.
I got the team to this point. Now I'm out because Tim Howard's been here before me.
You could look at that's a way to look at it.
That's how I'm going to look at it. There's no other way.
Well, there's another way. I had an opportunity to play.
You're a player, and you're going to look at it the same way.
No, I agree. And that chip on the shoulder should be good. Now the motivation for you to play even better and then beat Howard out.
To be honest with you, sometimes you hate the next guy. You hate Tim Howard.
You should.
You don't like the man.
You should hate the guy for that's motivating for you to play better.
He might not show it, but he's not liking Tim Howard right now. There's no way.
But it's not Tim Howard's decision, though.
No, it's not.
It's the coach's decision.
No, it's not. No, it's not. Right, it's the coach's. Yeah, and his job is to win games, no matter who's in there.
Right.
That's his job. I get that part. So, but what does that show the backup now. What does that show? Like, you know, where am I in a big spot? You don't have any trust in me, you know, in a semifinal game. So
unless he laid that out ahead of time. For
it's kind of a tough thing to do.
It is a tough thing.
I would have liked to see them, you know, if you're going to go young and you want to see what you have in the farm and stuff like that, then just ride this team. We know what Tim Howard could do. We know what Bradley could do, right? Leave those guys for the World Cup qualifiers, right? And let's go with the young guys and win or lose. I think that's my opinion would have been the best way to go.
Okay, but then also you said that if we're hosting it,
we should win it, right?
Right. So maybe that in Bruce's mind, okay, you know what, we got there, good, okay,
right.
But now we gotta bring now we're gonna finish up, you know. So
Bruce is definitely the type of guy that goes for it and he wants to win.
Yeah.
He's got a great history, right? A lot of championships and stuff like that. All right. I mean, again, we're going to back up the U.S. No matter what, right?
Of course.
Always.
But the players, boy, I don't know if they're liking it, but we'll see. We'll see on Wednesday.
Who are they playing in?
Is it Slovakia? Not Slovakia, Slovenia. One of these. You know what? I don't think I have it here, but we could look it up. If you guys have a phone, you could just look it up. Gold Cup on Wednesday night. And I know Mexico is still alive. They're playing Honduras.
Mm-hmm.
Canada's playing Jamaica. And if Brian is still on, maybe he could pull it up for us, you know. But, you know, I think the last time they played the Gold Cup, the Mexicans won that tournament.
Okay.
But they have a lot of fan base in this country too, so it's almost like them playing at home when they play, especially in California.
Yeah.
Okay, so U.S. is going to play. U.S. is playing El Salvador on Wednesday
There you go. And
at 9 p.m.
That is not an easy game. That's not an easy game for them. All right, so.
Yeah.
Oh no, there's no easy games. I believe. Look, they play Martinique and they barely beat them 3-2.
Right.
Well,
they gave up a 2-0 lead within minutes.
Right.
Yeah. So it's they're all competitive.
Well, let's go back to, you know, if they play the senior players in that game, they probably win that game easily. They probably win it easily. You never know. Of course, we always have to play the games, right? We know that.
Right.
But I would definitely have more faith in the senior guys winning that game.
Well, I guess that answers your question as to what with the moves.
Yeah, but you know, you have to see what you have in the farm, like the younger. You have to do that, and this is a perfect opportunity, I guess, to do that.
Right.
But I sometimes have a problem bringing in guys like in the middle of a tournament, like, you know, I don't know.
Well, then you have the chemistry question as well.
Right.
If these guys they won 3 games, they have the something is developing there. Even if you bring the best player, the chemistry may not be there.
Mess around with the chemistry.
Yeah.
So, any other thoughts on on this Gold Cup?
I mean, listen, the more U.S., the more games they play like this against other countries, you give Bruce to bring the young guns,
Right.
you know, and they need to step up.
Yeah.
So that's always good when they play international games, because that's how you gain experience. I mean, playing locally in MLS, yeah, it's good. He's getting better. You know, a lot more teams, but they need to play the national teams.
I'd like to see the U.S. play more friendly games against European-based countries. You know, higher quality, you know, more possession type games that they play.
It's a different game. Yeah, it's
Right.
more physical.
Right.
Yeah. I agree. I mean,
Like the Germanys and Belgiums, those type of teams. You know, especially Germany. I think they're like a machine. Who's going to beat Germany? Who's going to beat them? You know, I was talking to a German fan over the weekend. Who's going to beat them? Really, you know, the World Cup's coming up.
Brazil got a chip on their shoulder from the last World Cup, and
yeah, they lost like 7-1.
I
so,
mean,
right?
they obviously have some, you know, preparing something up their sleeve.
Yeah, I'm
in
sure.
This World Cup, so it's going to be exciting. It's going to be exciting.
They've
time.
qualified already. I think the first team to qualify for the World Cup.
Okay.
Yeah, they're already in. Well, they have an easy qualifying group that they're in. Brazil's always going to be in the World Cup, and I'm a fan pretty much of anyone that plays Brazil. So if you play them, I'm rooting for you. They have 6 World Cups. They have enough. You know? And they had the best player in my mind, probably ever, which is Pele. And you know, I know you got these guys today, but I think Pele, in my mind, if I'm starting a team, he's my first pick. All right, and then I'm going to go for a goalkeeper. So, but yeah, I love Pele's game. You know, back then.
Legend. He's a legend. He's a legend.
All right, so, Canada is now, I guess with their new Zambrano, Brazilian coach that they brought in, and they finally advanced to the knockout round in this tournament. So Canada looks like they're trying to put something together, and we know soccer's not their game. Speaking for the the Canadians there, but we'll see. It's good to see because they're a neighbor, and maybe we could start some kind of rival with them.
Just like we have in hockey.
They're growing though. When I went to Canada, I went to Montreal and then I went to Toronto.
Right.
They grown. Their soccer is really grown. From grassroots levels to now they have, I believe, 2 pro teams. Right?
They got
Toronto,
Montreal.
Vancouver.
Montreal, that's Toronto.
They got 3.
3.
They got 3 teams.
3.
Right? So
Do they have British Columbia? That's Vancouver.
Vancouver.
That's
Vancouver,
Vancouver.
yeah. So
Toronto,
they got
yeah.
3 teams.
Yeah.
So they're really growing too, and I assume their national teams will be, obviously also growing. But
Right.
bringing this Brazilian guy, it's a different methodology.
I don't know his name, but I was watching, and I was curious about the Canadian team, so I followed him a little bit in the first 3 games, and they have a 16-year-old kid. I apologize for not knowing his name, but he came right on, and he scored, I think, a hat-trick in the first game.
Really?
3 goals.
Oh, wow.
So, there you go. I mean, they got some pieces. I don't know how far they're going to go. They're playing Jamaica. That game, to me, is a toss-up. I think either one of those 2 teams could win. Now, Jamaicans, to me, when I think of them, I think physical, maybe more athletic, maybe.
Yeah.
Then that may be like the final, step to get them through that game. But that's a toss-up, that game. So, I'd like to see Canada, come alive in soccer. And, they got 3 teams in the MLS, so we'll see.
And they were saying something about, obviously Canadians, Mexico, and U.S. hosting the World Cup.
Right.
And providing
right.
the facilities and
So
stadiums.
so all 3 countries need to
That
play
would be
well.
awesome. Imagine hosting a World Cup in between those 3 countries.
Yeah.
That's nice.
Yeah, there's not a. Did they put a bid in for that yet?
I think they. Well, maybe they're putting it, but I saw something like that on the news.
Yeah.
But it's hey,
All
it'd
right.
be nice to see that.
Thoughts on the MLS?
MLS.
They're getting better, right? They have this All-Star game coming up with Real Madrid's coming here to play all of the stars from the MLS.
Okay.
So now you see a game like that. Real Madrid's coming in. They're training, basically. It's training camp for them, right? Now you have MLS is midway through the season, so they're in top form, right? Should the MLS All-Star players lose this game, is that an embarrassment? Listen, however you want it, I know it's an exhibition, but you play the game to win, right? You start a game, you want to win that game. Now, MLS All-Stars are halfway through their season. Real Madrid is in training camp. Can't lose to Real Madrid, right? I don't care who comes. If Cristiano's playing or not, you cannot lose that game. And what's your thoughts on it?
But again, when you take in these 2 teams, and you just mentioned all the details, right, where they are in the season, I think this is all about show. I think it's all about just
It's all about money?
Money, yeah.
Tickets?
Obviously, yeah. Revenue and bringing the fans together and just show them that, hey, Madrid is here.
Yeah.
Let the fans enjoy that. And then obviously they're playing against the best players in MLS.
So the game doesn't matter. Just have a fun day.
I think that's what it's all about. I think that's what it's all about.
All right. I mean, that's fine too. But all right. I'm sure you're going to get Real Madrid fans and say, "Hey, look, we beat your whole league."
That's part of the fun, isn't it?
Oh yeah, we beat your whole league. One team beat the whole league. Yeah. So, all right.
I want to mention Barcelona Juventus game for next weekend.
Yes.
Is anyone looking to attend this game or?
That's in New Jersey.
It's in Jersey. Yeah.
From what I hear, the ticket prices are around $150, something like that.
Pricey over there.
I mean, no, I'm not interested in going to see it. I'll watch it on TV, but not to go see it.
Yeah. Well, I think it's going to be an exciting game because look, Juventus beat Barca in the Champions League, right? So I'm sure that particular game will be okay. You know what? We're here for show, but you know what? I think we're going to have to give it
There's a little pride going on there.
Right.
We're going to have to give it back to them.
But are all the players going to be there for both teams? That's another question.
I mean, I saw some news. Majority of them are there.
Okay.
Majority of them are coming.
yeah?
All right.
So
Good.
you know, Messi and Suarez and I believe Neymar, they're all there. In regards to Juventus, I know they made some changes, right? They just sold the defender.
Well, Bonucci's gone, but I think everybody else is coming back. But although today I did see a rumor that Higuain may be going to Chelsea.
Ooh.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah, there was
rumor.
that's a rumor, right?
But hold on one second.
Higuain to Chelsea. It was like a 3-team trade or transfer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, a couple teams were involved in that. I don't have a copy of that, but I did read something like that. But yeah, again, rumors I really don't go much on. You know, let the deal happen and then we could talk about it.
Yeah.
But that would be something. But Juventus, who are they going to pick up? I mean, I don't know.
I mean, they have Dybala, who's a young star there,
Right,
who really lifted the
Yes.
Juventus to the
Yeah.
next
Yeah.
level. you know.
Argentinian, yes.
Yeah, yeah. I thought he was Italian.
No, he's an Argentinian.
And-
well, the last name
And you
is.
know what?
yeah.
In our camp, when we like during the classroom session,
Yeah.
we ask kids,
Right.
"Hey, show us some kind of gesture what
Right.
the players do," and they show this, and we asked them, "What is that?" And they mentioned Dybala's name.
Oh, really? He does that?
That's his
Signature, maybe.
signature, or when
Yeah.
he scores the goal, he
Right,
does that.
right.
Everybody have their own,
Yeah.
thing that they do. But it's funny that they knew his name and they knew what he was.
That's good. That's great stuff. That they at least that they're watching.
Are they watching?
That's good.
Are they watching and they looking at their phones and all the tabloids and
Yeah.
all the transfers and stuff? I'm telling you, kids nowadays they know more than I guess coaches. In
That's
terms
good.
of like the pro leagues
Right.
and players and stuff.
All right. World Cup qualifiers. That's been going on. There's a break now, but they're probably going to start up in September again. There's a couple of groups here. I mean, the Netherlands. Right now, they're out of it. They're not going to qualify for the World Cup. As of right now, they're 3 points behind, Sweden and France.
Yeah, I heard about it, and they were saying that apparently maybe the coach is not the right man for that job, right? Because you got the best players,
Right.
What's happening,
Yeah.
But again,
Unfortunately, yeah, but you know what? Unfortunately, the coach is always the first to get the blame. But what if the players are just not giving it their all? The coach is going to get the blame, right? I guess
Right, 'cause they're gonna
he's
say-
not getting the best out of the
Right,
players.
or he's going to say they're not receiving whatever message he's sending. They're just not that you can't fire the whole team.
But don't forget, you also have two top teams. There's France, obviously in the top shape
Yeah.
right now. I know they're in the second place. I mean, Sweden kind of surprised me. They up there.
Yeah, Sweden.
But
Well, they still have a chance. I believe they played 10 games, so they have 4 more to go,
okay.
and they're only 3 points behind. So they
Okay.
got to win. If they're playing France and Sweden again, they have to get results out of those games.
Yeah.
And we'll go to, we got Switzerland and Portugal. 15. Oh, well, look at this. Portugal's 3 points. Well, they're in second place. Looks like those two teams will go because 7 points. That's 8 points behind. I think those two, Switzerland and Portugal, are safe to qualify for the World Cup.
Yeah.
There's the Germans.
18 points.
Yeah. But you got to, the Czechs are a pretty good program,
Well,
right?
if you look at the Germany, they got 1 goal against them. You believe that?
Well,
One
yeah.
goal against them. That tells you something
6
about
games, 1 goal
their,
against. Yeah. And
I enjoyed watching them in this Confederations Cup. Really enjoyed them.
yeah.
Yeah. They really played some beautiful soccer.
All right. So pretty much the teams that we expect to go to the World Cup are going. Here's England, Slovakia.
England's up there, huh? Okay.
England's, yeah, but, put them into the World Cup. The history doesn't show anything. It's 0, And that's unfortunate because the Premier League's got a lot of good players,
Top
right?
league, yeah.
Right, one of the top
One of
leagues.
the tops, yeah.
And, all right, so this team here is hanging around here. Slovenia. Is that Slovenia?
Yep.
They're hanging around, so they're not too far off.
Slovakia, Slovenia, usually they because they all they all
Right.
next to each other over there.
Right.
But wow, good to see them up there. Yeah.
All right.
Scotland on the 4th.
So we got and then we go to the Spain and
Spain and
Italy.
Italy.
Of course, those two countries are supposed to go through, and it looks like they will go through. Albania. I mean, I
Right
don't
behind
know.
them.
I don't know
Right
how.
behind
Yeah,
them.
they're there.
But there's only 2 teams qualified.
Only 2, the top 2 that go. Obviously, you want to be, for whatever reason, I don't know what it is, but I think it's better to finish on, because you see the shades of color.
Yeah.
I think it's better to finish on top of the group. Why? I don't know, because in December they're going to have a draw anyway. Or maybe with a placement. If you finish on top, they place you in a certain category. But I think that draw is fixed anyway. So, come on. Those balls are popping around, but they know where they're going. Come on. All right, so Italy, Albania, I don't know if they have any chance to go to World Cup. Israel, they started off pretty, but they tanked it. And again, the teams that we expect to go, I think are going to go. Belgium, another one of the countries that it probably they could win it all. They came close.
A lot of Belgian players, they playing obviously top clubs.
Right.
And I give you one example. 2 examples: Hazard and Lukaku. Those 2 guys, they were unbelievable. Lukaku just signed with Manchester United.
Who's the guy in Rome?
In Rome.
Roma has a Belgian player. The guy, I forget his name. He's got the mohawk.
Yeah, he looks. Yeah, I know it.
Okay. Yeah.
Mangolin.
I'm terrible
like
with names.
Yeah,
He's a good Belgian player
he's a good
too.
Player, yeah.
And looks like Greece is hanging. Well, they're a point shy of 3rd place, so they have to get some work done.
Greece,
yeah.
Yeah, they should be there.
Yeah.
Hey, John, there's about 3 minutes left. Did you want to say something?
Well, Ernest,
I'm sorry to cut you off, but
yeah, you know what? We'll end off the show with I'm going to go. I don't know how to say it, but I guess back into coaching. So just when you thought you were out of it, and you get dragged back.
Got pulled back in.
But I'm going to be joining the Staten Island Soccer Club U14, U15 strikers travel team.
Yeah. Girls, boys.
Girls.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah, my daughter's team. So obviously, I threw my hat in the ring a few months ago, and I got the call right before, I think early July, and still haven't met the team yet, but we're gonna get out there soon, and
That's awesome.
get some. Yeah, I kind of wanted to get back into the coaching, and I was really excited. I'm really excited getting back into it, and just want to teach the game. Like, just want to get out there and.
Because I know you're reffing too. How's that will affect your reffing?
Well, the reffing is probably going to get kicked aside, obviously, because the reffing, I did that because I wasn't coaching anymore, and it's something to just stay into the game. And I believe it or not, as a referee, especially when I do the younger ones, I do teach them. And if the kid throws the ball in the wrong way and he's 6 years old, I'm going to say, come over here, let's do this again.
Not a lot of referees do that.
Yeah.
Very few I've seen do it. Yeah.
So we'll get some.
Thank you, John, for doing that.
Not a problem. You'll hear some more about the strikers, the Staten Island Soccer Club strikers, in the next shows to come. It's the beginning stages, so maybe I'll have the team on too, and you guys are gonna have to host it and coach, all right?
Sure thing.
Guys. Thank you for coming on, guys.
John, thank you
very much. All right.
All right, George.
And we'll see you guys in the next show.
Yeah.
Come on, guys.
NYCFC fan.
Pari grande amore, pari unica e sola, pari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola, facci sognare ancora, facci gridare ancora, pari nel nostro cuore, non ti lasceremo da sola mai. Quanti viaggi con gli amici, tanti posti sconosciuti, tutti uniti innamorati di un sogno. Canto sempre con orgoglio, anche quando sono stanco, mai nessuno può distruggere il mio sogno. Pari grande amore, body